I didn't think I was ever going to cover this goon bag. I'm not really a political guy, but his dad's not president anymore. He's just a random famous person's child at this point. I see him as another celebrity. So before I get too, I'm not going to get too much into the political stuff. I just have some funny stuff that I saw here that had popped up. Now some of this I haven't seen before, so it might get a tad political. I'm not going to try to fleece my political opinions on the broader population. But we got Hunter Biden did an interview, and it's so dumb. The first clip I saw actually was this one right here. This was hilarious. I love when politicians go out there to talk to virtue signal and say some of the most accidental racist stuff in the entire world, where they just go like super giggity schmoodle mode on oh, we care about these people, but actually they're just the help. I love this, but this is Hunter Biden being a goon bag.
For someone, am I going to be like all these Democrats say, you have to talk about and realize that people are really upset about illegal immigration. Fuck you. How do you think your hotel room gets cleaned? How do you think you got food on your fucking table? Who do you think washes your dishes? Who do you think does your...
Who do you think washes your dishes? I wouldn't be able to handle my foo-foo lifestyle of crack cocaine on the weekends if I didn't have illegal immigrants cleaning my house for me. Dear God, brother.
Fucking garden. Who do you think is here by the fucking sheer fucking...
Dude, I just love how he's just like, yeah, dude, who got rid of that? Why are you getting rid of the help, bro? Why are you getting... God, this is so racist, brother.
Just grit and will that they figured out a way to get here because they thought that they could give themselves and their family a better chance. And he's somehow convinced all of us that these people are the fucking criminals? For some...
Dear God, brother, this guy is a crash test dummy, bro. Oh my God, brother was just out here like, you know what? Why would you get rid of the help? They're really useful when it comes to picking my fruit and cleaning my dishes. Ugh. Oh, why would you get rid of the dishes cleaning people? I need the help so much. God. Now, I don't know your position on illegal immigration. I'm not here to talk about that. I just think it's so funny that he just assumes all illegal immigrants are just the equivalent of like, oh, dude, like it's the book to help. He's upset that that people are losing their help. That's what it sounds like. I think that's so wild. But I guess he also blames George Clooney for his father's legacy, which his father's legacy was falling down stuff and being incredibly old. Like that's all the dude's presidency was. I don't know. Again, I'm not like here to like talk about his political thought process. All I know is skimmed under pressure, and like all the Bidenisms there was a reason he didn't win, dude. I think you could have put up a blank board. Like if Biden would have ran instead of Kamala Harris, you could have put a blank board up against him, and it would have out debated him.
Conspiracy, Andrew. You know this. Somehow, the entirety of a White House in which you're literally living on top of each other has kept their mouth shut about, like what? And what's conspiracy?
Yeah.
That Joe Biden got old? Yeah, he got old. He got old before our eyes. And George Clooney is now, to rationalize why he attempted to cut the knees out from a sitting president, the most successful president in the history of his party.
Well, I mean, didn't they lie? I'm not like, again, here's the thing. Didn't they lie about like Biden having cancer and how he wasn't really fit to be running office? They like lied about that. I'm pretty sure. I think that they're like what like isn't like the Tucker Carlson equivalent to CNN? What's it like Jake Tapper writing a book on how the White House had been lying for years, how Biden was unwell. Like, is it crazy for any normal person to see that Joe Biden, Joseph Uriah Biden, I don't know Joe Biden's middle name, Joseph Jabroni Biden was fucking goon-bagged up to super oblivion mode. Hey guys, I'm Joseph Biden. And kids like touching my leg hairs, and you're like, whoa, Joseph Biden, you need somebody needs to get Pat Pop back to the old folks home, brother. Back to the old folks home. I don't know. That was just kind of like my reading on the guy. I've never like looked at a president and been like, shit, this is not good. This is not good. I mean, there's some stuff that Trump did, right? I was doing that. I'm like, don't like that. Release the Epstein files, buddy. Stop being oh, you release Martin Luther King? Cool. Release the Epstein files. It's kind of weird that you're not doing that. But then you had Joseph Biden, who couldn't even like handle a day-to-day. Dude looked like he was just like lost. It was sad. It was like sad watching that guy exist. So I don't blame George Clooney for being like, yeah, dude, maybe we shouldn't run him as president. I don't think anybody in the Democrat Party thought that Joseph Biden was doing a good job. He was just kind of the one guy they thought could beat Trump, and they like shoved him in there. I mean, even like the majority of people would rather have had like Bernie Sanders running against Trump. It would have been like a much better like bracket. I think there would have been a much closer election. But no. We had to run Joseph Biden, and then when he looked like he was going to be dementia-ridden AIDS dragon, they're like, throw Kamala Harris in there. She's got a good laugh.
Party in his life, in terms of the legislative policies that he wanted to see passed, had to justify somehow him going above and beyond to write an op-ed in the New York Times to try to force the sitting president of the United States out of the race. Why do you think that the Republicans have an advantage over us? Because they're unified. They will go along with anything. I wasn't asking.
That's not true. That's not true. The Republicans are about as unified as the Democrats are. It's all fun and games until the Middle East gets brought up, and then it becomes chaos war. You got the Fuenteses and the I don't know. I know for the Fuentes group who like just hates all people that aren't like the whites, and then you got like the Carlsons who just really don't like the Israelis, and then you got Candace Owens who thinks that the Jews has created space. So you got all these like little fractioned off areas, and it's the same thing with the left. You got the super progressives that want Israel glassed beyond belief, and then you have want like socialism to reign powerful. And then you got like the normal leftists who just kind of want like social systems and like I don't know, like normal weed and stuff. They want like they just don't like full blown capital like unreined in capitalism and stuff. But then you got the goonbag squad over there. It's like, wow, no, we need to be full socialism by now. I said there is fracturing in both sides. It's not crazy to see that.
Anybody to go along with anything? I was asking people to go along with this. The most successful administration in my lifetime.
Oh no, dude! He in his lifetime was his dad. His dad was the most successful administration. That's a little bit of a stretch there, pal. That's a little bit of a stretch. Now, here is my favorite part of the whole interview.
Carbonate and water and heat, literally.
That's it.
This is where Hunter Biden slowly, partially explains how to make crack cocaine live on TV. What a winner, brother! In the same interview where he's chastising George Clooney for thinking that his dad's a goonbag, he's like, let's take a break to explain how crack cocaine's made.
That's it.
And those things are pretty much free if you go to like a science store.
This is free. You can go to your neighborhood convenience store and just get. Anyway, I don't want to tell people how to make.
He's like, wait. I know that we were about to tell you how to make illicit drugs, but we're gonna stop that. We're not gonna do that on live TV. Thank you. I needed you to do that for my YouTube channel so that I didn't get my channel shot down in oblivion. By the way, guys, don't do drugs. I think that is a solid thing to tell you. Don't do a bunch of goonbag drugs. That is I don't know why I'm the guy that has to tell you that, but I guess it doesn't matter though. If your father's a famous person, you can get away with just about anything. So
crack cocaine, but it literally is a mayonnaise jar, cocaine, and baking soda.
I'm not gonna tell you how to do it, but here's the steps on how to do it. This is the Kanye clip, dude. I had a doctor. I'm not gonna tell you what kind of doctor. It was a Jewish doctor.
The experience.
I was vastly different, and like for real, I I feel really reluctant to kind of have some euphoric discussion. I know you're not asking me to do that, but have some euphoric discussion about crack cocaine.
I think this might be kind of the opposite here.
Okay, no, it's the exact opposite. I'm saying I don't want to have the experience of some euphoric recall. That's how powerful crack cocaine is. Does crack cocaine make you act any differently? No. Is it safer than alcohol? Probably. People think
Probably. I think it's probably better than alcohol. What?
crack is being dirty. It's the exact opposite. When you make crack, what you're doing is you're burning off all the impurities so that it combines with the.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, dude. Hunter Biden's going crazy right now, brother. I don't know if it's any worse for you than alcohol, but it's, you're burning off the impurities. This is the true way to do this. Oh my god.
Sodium bicarbonate, which makes it smokable. That's all. You know, all of these actors and, you know, people in the past that talked about they had a problem with cocaine and freebasing. They were smoking crack.
So straw on the stove is the same thing.
Not exactly, but close to it. But it's a little bit different. But anyway, my point about it, your point about it, which I think is true.
Wait, so is he saying that freebasing is the same or different? Because he's just literally talking over himself at this point. Dude's like, gonzo, brother. This is such a weird interview. Why you thought this was a good idea to do this, I have no idea. Listen. It's pretty much the same thing as, but not the same thing, you know, but it is the same thing. I'm Hunter Biden. I am the son of the last president, and he was screwed over by George Clooney. Don't know why. It doesn't make any sense why he had a lot of drama around him. But anyway, here's how to make a class 1 narcotic.
That there's a thing about crack that is really insidious, and what it is that anytime. You know, I think one of the reasons that they believe that smoking cigarettes is so addictive is because it combines 3 really important things. It's habit forming, there's an oral fixation, and there is a ritual combined with it. And so the idea of hand to mouth is a habit and a fixation that we learn very early, even as children. With a pacifier, with a spoon, with your thumb, to breastfeeding. Okay, so really, I don't want to get into the psychology of it because I'm no expert, but I do know this: is that you combine with that ignition, combustion, and then you combine the ritual. You have your cigarette in the morning, you have your cigarette when you get out of the car, you have your cigarette with your coffee. Crack is that on steroids. It's over and over.
I mean, he's not wrong. It's just funny to me to have to have this interview exist with anybody that like what is old Hunter Biden done other than be the son of a famous person, the son of a famous politician? He hasn't done anything. He's been handed like CEO positions from his father's doings over in Ukraine. It's like, oh yeah, remember when we helped you out, Ukraine? Well, get my son a job as a CEO. And they're like, yeah, sure. And then he just spent the whole time just banging prostitutes and smoking crack. And like, this dude's been is nepotism king over here, has really done nothing else with his life. He's a painter that nobody gives a shit about. Like, what why are you even interviewing him? You know, they were happy just to have a famous person on.
Ritual to it. There's a ritualized part of it. The combination of all of those addictive behaviors together becomes really powerful. And the drug in and of itself.
This is like when I see one of Trump's kids on all of these conservative outlets. I'm like, who cares about these guys? They're just the son of famous people. When they do something themselves, call me up and make me care.
Is a more immediate euphoric sensation and connected to it than, in my experience, cocaine alone.
Does it require more frequency to maintain the high?
Yes, and the capacity to use more than you could otherwise with powder cocaine, just physically to be able to ingest it.
So you're kind of saying that cocaine reaches a certain plateau of euphoria where you can't necessarily get any higher.
In my experience, yes. This is like a PSA. If you want to completely, utterly fuck up your life, I don't think that anything is necessarily, oh, you do it once, you're addicted. But there's about the closest thing that statement could be true would be with crack cocaine.
Well, that's fair. At least we got a PSA. At least he was like, "Oh yeah, dude. By the way, I'm a super drug addict, and that's not a good idea. Don't do that." Like, and anybody out there, dude. I know you had fun in college or whatever, but after that, maybe cool it
Oh,
down.
the only difference between
Maybe cool it down and not be Hunter Biden, bro. Not be Hunter Biden and have like all this. There's a ton. There's like a laptop drama, all this other stuff. There's like super deep dives that you can go in on this guy. That's just not a bueno. He's not very bueno excelente. I don't like Hunter Biden. Dude's a goon bag. But that was like my Hunter Biden segment. The dude is insane. I'm not gonna tell you how to make crack, but here's how to make crack. This is we're gonna air this on PBS Kids. What is going on with the world, bro? Like, could you imagine, dude? Any other president's kid would have been like ashamed to do this. This guy's wild. Oh man, but that was Hunter Biden. Make sure to like and subscribe. I don't even know what's going on in the world anymore.